Welcome back from that. I hope you enjoyed that Investment Plus segment where we get to learn about financial management tips. But like I promised earlier, we're taking the conversation this time to project management. So we've had this, my guests have been here before to talk about project management and the concerns around it, talking about the current state of project management, the receptivity of it, and Nigerians even aware that, in fact, before you can practice, you should get licensed, and there's a body that regulates all of that. It's going to be an interesting conversation, especially because there's an event that will be unveiled. I know that followers of ASO would have seen the jingle that has been running on this event, but we'll get all the information about that right now. In the studio to discuss this very important issue of project management statistics 2023, analyzing the trends and common mistakes, is Dr. Jamilu Yankwashi, President, Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria, CIPMN. Thank you so much for being part of the program.
It's a pleasure having me.
Yes, we also have Barrister Kelechi Cyprian Ogbonna. Thank you for being part of the program. It's always wonderful. I remember you were here some time ago, not long ago, giving us the legal part of what you do. Barrister Kelechi is a council member representing the Southeast. Welcome, gentlemen, and thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Viewers, it's nice to be with you once again.
Yes. Now, we will just quickly go through, just give us an overview for some people who did not catch the other interview the last time you came. Just start with the overview of the current state of project management in Nigeria, particularly in terms of statistics and trends.
Once again, viewers, good morning. The trend in project management practice in Nigeria today, in most cases, is being run by quacks, because most of them are not licensed in the profession of project management. That is why you have so many abandoned projects, so many failed projects, so many substandard projects, with attendant consequences of citizens' dissatisfaction, cost overrun, unnecessary litigations due to failed projects. So many issues come into play. Why? Is because it is quacks that have been made to be managing those projects from the onset. So the trend in Nigeria is actually not encouraging for now. That is why the Institute is up and doing to ensure that people even got to know that the Institute exists. It was signed into law on the 24th of January 2018, that it is actually a criminal offense for you to practice project management in Nigeria without being trained and licensed by the Institute, which is why we are having this project management week that is starting today.
Yes.
Through to Friday. We do the training and induct new members for different categories of membership in the Institute, and they will be duly licensed to go out there and practice, and if they are found wanting, a disciplinary necessary actions will be taken, which can include withdrawal of their license and even prosecution.
Okay.
So this is the trend, and that's why the Institute exists, and this is what we are doing actually on ground to ensure that we reverse that trend of ensuring that there are requisite, well-trained, licensed project managers, practitioners, to reverse the trend of having quacks managing projects, which is the result of most of the collapsed buildings you are seeing.
Exactly.
Because the people are not trained, they are not licensed, they have nothing to lose if the project fails. But if you are a licensed practitioner, you know your license can be withdrawn, a lot of issues. If something goes wrong, will come to you. So you must be on your feet and ensure that the project succeeds and it is delivered as at when. And one thing with project is that once the project deadline date reach, you have to stop the project whether you complete the project
or not. Really?
If you don't complete the project, it means it is a failed project within that time. If you complete the project, it means it is a successful project.
But there are several factors that could mitigate you not completing.
That is why we have a risk management plan.
Right.
The project manager must have a risk management log. Like he is constantly monitoring the risk.
Okay.
That
factors in all
that can manage the project. And you have to conduct risk management, which include risk identification, risk assessment, risk mitigation measures, and the risk monitoring of those mitigation measures that you put in place to ensure are they actually working to mitigate those risks in such a way the project will not drain and fail at the end of the day. That's why you did the professionals.
I'll take this to Barrister Kelechi. Barrister, this is very important, but within the government sector, within the employees, that is employees within government agencies and departments, ministries and all of that, there are a lot of project managers. Are you also taking this strict measure to ensure that those ones are indeed certified, properly trained and certified? And if not, are you going to take the government to court?
Well, the intention, the intendment of the act is not to punish per se. It is to ensure, like the president said, that projects are properly managed and properly executed. We are not coming on the training with the intent of punishment. We are moving with the training with the intent to educate.
Right.
So whether they are in the government or not, our intendment and the intendment of the act is to see that we assist them to get relevant information, relevant knowledge, because after that window of enlightenment, nobody would come up to say, oh, I do not know. Of course, ignorantia juris non excusat, which means that ignorant of the law would not be an excuse. So we are extending our hands to every government establishment, every agency, every non-government and private person to say, please, we want to help you get information as to project management and as to the fact that the National Assembly, in its judicial wisdom, in its lawmaking, legislative wisdom, has passed on a law which criminalizes carrying out a project without being trained, licensed, and of course approved by the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria. And so we are doing the much we can in the public space to see that agencies, ministries, departments, and every also private individual is aware of what we have already as an existing law and the training that goes with such.
Okay. Precisely, if I may consolidate on the response of the learned barrister, is to say precisely section 14 subsection 9 of the Act is what criminalizes the appointment of any person to manage project without being licensed.
Exactly.
It's now illegal. It's a criminal offense. Section 19, subsection 2, the first offense mentioned there is to practice without being licensed. Section 19, subsection 4, A, B, and C, provided for punishment of up to 2 years imprisonment if you are caught practicing project management without being licensed by the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria.
Correct.
More importantly, section 19, subsection 5, clearly provided that even the person that appointed that quack, whether in the public sector or in the private sector, to manage a project is also liable for prosecution of the same offense.
That's right.
With what you've said now, it means you have so much work on your hands.
Of course.
Because project management cuts across everything that we do, from
Absolutely.
the family to the schools
Absolutely.
to the hospitals. Every facet of our lives, we have project managers.
Exactly.
Do you think the reception, Nigerians, for now, just are they receptive to what you're saying, that there is indeed a window period, and if this window period elapses, you would start implementation or execution or prosecution? I'm not sure.
Enforcement. That's why we are doing a lot of this enlightenment,
Right.
a lot of this campaign, and we are reaching out in the social media as well. And we have written several letters to different ministries, departments, and agencies of government,
Including law enforcement.
including all the law enforcement agencies, in fact, to let them know, just as you say, every sector has a project. And you are not immune to compliance to the provisions of the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria, whether you are in government or you are in the private sector. Once the law is passed, it doesn't require the permission of anybody to be executed. And if it cut off with you, that is why when you are being prosecuted in court, you see the woman there has a blind. It doesn't know,
where you come from. Right.
It's not a respecter of person. And it will be a very serious issue that if you are a law enforcement agency and then you are cut off with the law against you, instead of enforcing, then you are now breaking it. The law is the law. It is there, and you can't change it. Instead, why you can only improve it and becomes more better, because a lot of issue of infrastructure deficit in the country is in place. And issue of these quacks is resulting to several collapse of buildings. And that kills so many people.
Exactly.
This issue of quacks resulted into several substandard projects. A road that is supposed to last for 5-10 years, after 1 or 2 years is gone, because quacks are involved in managing the project, and you can expect anything if you are not a professional to compromise the project at the end of the day. So the law is the law, and you can't change it other than being obedient to the
President, you really have not answered my question. Are Nigerians being receptive to this? Are you seeing influx of people say, oh yes, I didn't know this, let me get in on board, let me get trained? Are you seeing the number of people that you should get from across Nigeria at this moment?
Let me quickly step in a little bit. So you see, of course, for every new law, the first move to do is to conscientize, sensitize. And people, as you know, traditionally, sociologically, people will be a little bit, careful when there is an adjustment in law to say, okay, is it targeted at me? No, it's not targeted at me. It is meant for my good.
Right.
So in that case, of course, with time, people continue to adjust as they get information, because information is key. By the time you find out that what is being prepared is meant to keep your children, imagine a man on his way coming back, he's being told that the house his children and family is sleeping on collapsed before he came back from work. So you find out that the law actually is meant to protect the average Nigerian, the Nigerian out there who may not know the quality or standard of a particular building they might have rented, bought from estate builder, and a whole lot of it, including the roads as well. So yes, they are responding. It may be, as we have it now, it's gradual, but they are responding. And we are really grateful for those who are responding and coming on board, and we know more will respond.
Let's go to this event that's happening today. I mean, you have the 1 week. It's a 1 week event. It will culminate to the conferment of this certificate, you say. But let's talk about this event that's starting today. Tell us where, when, and if people can still, at the moment, register to be part of it.
People can still register to be part of it today. The secretariat is open, and it's going to take place at the 3rd floor, Conference Hall, FCDA Secretariat, just close to Aegis, opposite NTA headquarters, area 11, Garki, Abuja, and the window is still very much open for those who are ready to go and register and be part of the program. The training program will start from today up to Thursday, 16th November 2023, and the formal induction and issuance of practicing license.
Where we would all be
sale.
inducted.
And it will be on Friday.
Right.
Friday is precisely the 17th of November 2023 at the same venue. It is going to be a lot of highly intensive training program. So really, if you are interested in managing project in Nigeria, this is the place to be. An opportunity is hereby given to you, and you should utilize it when the opportunity is still available to you. As this window is open for now, you understand. So as time goes on, definitely things will change. It will become a different ball game. And at that time, you might be saying, had I known.
You are threatening us.
I will have don't tell me when there is window. The president has been talking, but oh my God.
Doctor, this is a subtle threat that I got that subtle threat. But what do you mean when you say window? Is it cheaper now to be part of?
Good.
Oh, okay.
Window, what we are doing now is look at people with existing qualifications,
right,
and now give them direct membership.
Existing qualifications, what do you mean?
Existing qualifications in the field of project management, and they are practicing. So they have the qualification, they have the experience, then they will now be trained.
Okay.
And be issued with the skills and then licensed.
I'm a journalist. I have existing qualification to be a journalist. So how would you refer to somebody like me? I've been doing project management as a producer as well.
Then we have a WhatsApp group that contains all the members, where project professional issues are continuously being discussed. So the training is actually ongoing once you become a member.
Right.
You have a lot of qualified and resourcery that you can be able to tap a lot of knowledge. The through peer groups review of whatever project you are handling, and so on and so forth. So it's a continuous process.
President, I was telling you that I am a
journalist. To your answer. Okay. I didn't forget. So once you are trained and licensed, you are now into the fold of project management professionals. So the training will now continue among the leaders of the institute and even among your peers, so that whatever challenge you have in managing your project, you bring it on board, is discussed, advice is given to you, and if you have additional advice, you have it. Or sometimes you even see windows of employment opportunities being posted by colleagues on the platform, that a project manager is needed in so organization with so qualifications. And by so doing, you get engaged. So for journalists or any other profession,
that project management is often not prominent when people talk project management. Unfortunately, we are project managers.
In this respect, let me define what a project for you.
Right.
A project is defined as a sequence of unique interconnected activities that are geared towards achieving a common goal with clear specifications, using a predetermined resources within a specified period of time. Okay. Once an endeavor met this criteria, is a project, and you find it in journalism, in ICT, in the construction industry, in the medical field, in the aviation industry, just name it. All sectors of the economy has project. So professionals of that sector, if they are interested in managing project relevance to that sector, then they will come for this particular training. Right. They will be trained and licensed. The technical knowledge they have in that field will be the foundation. Exactly. And they will actually need it in implementing or executing the project of that particular sector. Then when you have the generic knowledge of project management, you now apply it to manage project of that sector and deliver it successfully. So journalists, doctors, lawyers, quantity surveyors, engineers, architects, name it, are welcome to come and be trained and be licensed so that they will be adequately equipped and be legitimized to manage projects in their own profession,
right,
including the security agencies.
Okay, I asked because you were talking about pre-qualifications, and I wanted to know for my viewers who are watching right
it's
now.
It's a very important question, and this particular answers
it all
effectively.
Right.
And that is how it is. For example, if you are a journalist and then you are a trained project professional and you are managing a project, maybe to build this studio. As a journalist, you know you need this facility, you need this picture, you need to provide
to ensure
the success of what a studio should look like.
Exactly.
So, and you have the knowledge of a project management, definitely you are already at a higher pedestal to a project manager who is managing a construction or an IT project or a medical doctor or a healthcare professional for that matter.
Exactly.
You understand? So if you have a profession and you want to manage project for that profession, that is the existing qualification you have. You now come, we will train you, license you, and so that you can be able to effectively manage project in that sector and deliver it successfully.
Okay, so
no sector is left out. It's a generic project management concept that is applied to all sectors of the Nigerian economy.
Is it intentional, Barrister Kelechi, that nobody's mentioning how much it will cost to be part of it?
No, it's not intentional. It is already in the information pack.
Right. I would like my viewers to hear it from you. What would it cost to be part of it? And while you're answering that, I would like you to also respond to people who might be unable to be part of it. Is it an annual event where you train and certify?
Of course, there is a mandatory continuous training program,
right,
which is this particular training program we are even starting today.
Okay.
And the law, especially Section 5, subsection 11, of that clearly provided you must have these two consecutive trainings so that you can renew your license.
Annually?
Annually.
Right.
Of course, project management is a continuous trend.
Right.
Knowledge is dynamics. If you don't continuously train your project management professionals, after some time they will be out of the tune of what the current trend is in managing projects.
Exactly.
So that is why the law in its window also even provided that you must have these consecutive 2 trainings at least in a year,
right,
before you can be able to renew your license.
Okay. Okay. So, Barrister Ogbonna, what if I miss it this November event? What's next? If I can't afford it or I'm not available for some reason, I can't attend this one.
We have it quarterly.
Quarterly?
Quarterly.
Yes. Right.
We are going to have another one by the first quarter of next year, the second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter like this. This is the last quarter.
The last quarter for the year?
For this year.
Right. Okay, for people listening to us right now and wondering, okay, I've heard this, it's important, I have to be part of it, especially because my work is around project management. Can you share your social media platforms, your phone number or email addresses?
Okay.
You know the reason why we are very careful in the governing council not to make it appear a personal business. Because before now there have been certain trends which we are stopping, and the president has been careful. That is why in the park we stated, and you know your station has been so gracious in putting out these details which the governing council approved. And you know, such details like money, they are not things you have to cram off heart, or they are not things you have to hold to your chest as you walk. And then the phone numbers as well that the governing council inserted. The intendment is so that even if the president is out of the country on an assignment, it wouldn't stop the governing council with with the proper sitting as prescribed by law to approve and carry on with the training. And so those details would also of course be rolled out shortly, immediately after we are done with this discussion with you.
You're taking my job from me. I think it's something barristers do. They take jobs from them. But what would you leave us with as my viewers are listening to you right now? what would you leave us with concerning the events that's going on and how they can participate?
Please come to third floor, conference hall of the FCDA Secretariat, Area 11, Garki, Abuja, with the intention to come and register and be part of this particular training program, so that you will be trained and be licensed to manage project effectively in the sector you are actually participating. Don't wait, be part of it, and be part and parcel of the development of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in meeting its infrastructure deficit. Infrastructure deficit can only be met by putting in successful projects in all the sectors of the economy. You can only do that if you have certified project managers to do that in that particular field, and the window is now open, and the venue is third floor, once again, FCDA Conference Hall, Area 11, Garki, Abuja.
Thank you so much for giving us those very important details.
So that nobody is found wanting.
Yes, exactly. So that nobody is found wanting. Barrister Kelechi is waiting to take you to court.
Well, but just to add to what the president has said, we are very careful. I had a few persons who reached out to me over the weekend. We are very careful to also come into the knowledge that certain persons may be out there trying to act as if they are us, as if they are from us.
Right.
We are careful to, that is why we have our communication channel in the park, which we have as a jingle that is on this very
that jingle
station.
will be played, yes. The jingle Barrister Kelechi is referring to will be played shortly. But in the meantime, we have to end it here as we've run out of time. I must thank you, Dr. Jamilu Yankwashi, President, Chartered Institute. I apologize if I didn't get the name, the pronunciation right. I apologize. President, Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria, and we also have Barrister Kelechi C. Prenubona, the council member representing Southeast. Gentlemen, it was a wonderful conversation.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being with you, viewers. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.